Right, chat. A very, very good afternoon to you all. I hope we are doing well today. Welcome indeed, welcome indeed. It's very rainy this afternoon where I am, and we're actually going to be flying out of my local airport today, so we'll have to see if the live weather reflects that. But yeah, I hope we're all doing well. Hope we all had a nice weekend. Hope we're all having a good Sunday. And yeah, good to see you all again. Welcome. So today we're going to be flying in the Fenix A321 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We're doing the 321 with the IAE engines and sharklets. I've been working with a livery creator to update the fuzzair fleet. So this is the first one I'm going to be showing on stream. It's not fully done yet. There's a few tweaks to be made, but the general design is there. So yeah, really excited to share that with you guys. You know, the fuzzair livery looks really good on the 321. So yeah, looking forward to sharing that with you guys. And yeah, I'm also working on a bunch of other liveries and aircraft for fuzzair. For New Sky, trying to get that booted up again a little bit. I personally absolutely love flying with New Sky. I know obviously the airline has been a bit quiet since I've not been streaming, but hopefully we can change that by injecting, you know, especially, you know, I've not updated the Fenix liveries since, you know, Block 2, version 2 release, which had a whole different fuselage. So, you know, we've not even had Fenix liveries, which I know is a very popular aircraft with our community. So yeah, we've not really even had a chance to fly that, or I've not even given you guys the chance to fly that on New Sky. So hopefully this helps. We're going to be adding other aircraft as well. I'll show you some pictures when we are underway here. But we've got an A380 on the way, which is looking, oh, it looks so good with the fuzzair, I have to say. And we've also got the 319, which again I'm really a big fan of with the fuzzair colours. We've got the 321 Neo as well from Microsoft Flight Simulator, the LR version that's included the INI builds. We're going to be doing the INI builds A320 Neo as well for 2024 and 2020, and we're going to also be doing, well, that is the question I want to ask you guys next actually. Perhaps I'll put up a poll when there's more people in the chat. Feel free to let me know what you think. If you guys like flying on New Sky as part of the airline, let me know what long hauler you want me to do next for the airline. The choices are really between the A330 for 2024 or for the PMDG 777. Which hopefully should be updated to 2024 at some point in the near future. Yeah, so that about covers it. How are we all doing today? We've got Ewald, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Aviate's here as well, the commentator. Also, welcome to the chat. And MPS Gaming, welcome indeed, my friend. Hope you all are doing well, guys, and thank you for joining us today. Right, so shall we get started with things? Let's do it. Right, so you can see me on the ground here. I'm just sort of, you know, just getting pulled away from the pre-flight by the baggage crew here at Leeds Bradford. I haven't said the route yet, have I? We're going to be flying Leeds Bradford to Jersey. I probably should have mentioned that first, really, because the reason I chose this route was because there's some quite inclement weather, let's say, passing over the UK at the moment. The majority of it passed over yesterday, as you may have seen on some streams. I know some people did a Storm Dara stream. I think the aftermath of that is still sticking around. It's not particularly bad over most of the UK at the moment, but over the sort of southwest and out into the Channel, we've still got quite heavy winds, which is why I chose this route, like I say. So we're going to be flying from Leeds Bradford down to Jersey, which is obviously an island in the Channel. So yeah, it's looking like it's going to be pretty spicy. We'll have a look at it in a bit more detail when we do the briefing, which we're going to do in a moment. But the wind is currently a northerly, and Jersey only has a sort of easterly and westerly facing runway, so we've got that strong wind and more or less a full crosswind situation going on at Jersey. So we're going to brief, and I'm probably going to pay a little bit more attention to our alternate as well than we normally do today, because if the crosswind is over the limits, which is 35 knots in the A321 or the A320 family, I believe, if I remember correctly, 35 knot crosswind is the limit. So if it is over that when we start our when we start descending, we'll probably have to look at maybe doing a diversion or maybe holding for a bit and seeing if things change. I am going to take extra fuel as well, just so that we just so that we have a bit more to in case we need to do a couple of go-arounds or something like that, or in case we need to hold for a bit. So, yeah, something to bear in mind. We're going to be on VATSIM as well, so it's going to be a VATSIM flight. I don't think there's too much by the way of ATC on at the moment in terms of area ATC over the UK, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I've just remembered I've forgotten to put my extra on my flight plan, so I'm just going to amend that very quickly before we get underway here. So if you will just bear with me one moment. There's always something that I forget, isn't there? Right, extra. Where's my extra box? Extra. We'll take 30 minutes extra fuel. That is fine with me. Lovely, lovely. What have you done here, Simbrief? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, that's fine. Oh wow, okay. Payload limited by Simbrief, OFP, 0 fuel weight of 71693 is lower than the minimum. Okay, so we can't actually take 30 minutes of extra fuel, otherwise we're not going to be meeting New Sky's requirements. Obviously, New Sky wants you to do certain weights so that you can make sure that you're doing the flight properly and you'll get scored properly. So, yeah, we're going to take 15 minutes then instead. 15 minutes of extra fuel. And like I say, we're going to run through the Simbrief flight plan in just a moment here. I just want to make sure I've got the most up-to-date one to brief with you guys. Because I have just rerun it through with the extra fuel on there as well. Okay, good stuff. Right, so let's jump on the aircraft, shall we? We'll get out the cold and the rain, and we'll do the OFP brief. Make sure I'll start my flight on New Sky as well. And I think what I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to let's do that. Okay, cool. So let's pop over here and have a look around. As you can see, it is very, very grey here. I'll have to brighten the camera up a little bit actually because it's so goddamn grey. Here's the new aircraft we've got. So both the 321s I'm going to do for the for fuzzair. They're going to be sharklets, and with we'll do one. Oh, look at the reflections on the ground here. I don't think I've flown in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 while it's been raining yet, and that looks real nice. Look at like the puddles all over the ground. It's not just like a uniform wetness. That is real cool. But yeah, we're going to do a CFM and IAE variants, and yeah, we're going to do sharklets on both. No wingtip fences for the 321. Right, okay, let's go into the aircraft then. And as you can see, we're on board. We've got our nice, lovely stuff. Attendance panel here. And we do have a bit of an interior on this livery. It's not fully done yet. Like I say, there's a couple of changes I want to make to it. And a few little issues that we need to resolve. But yeah, some nice little details in here as well. And of course, we've got our world famous safety cards as well. So yeah, lovely stuff. Now let's just pop a squat down here and we'll run through the briefing before we do anything else, and you guys can get looped in on our journey today. Now I've just remembered what I wanted to do, and that was to actually start all the loading of the aircraft, because we've got quite a few passengers to upload. As you can see, 227. So we'll sit here until the passengers come. They won't be too long behind. But let's jump over to the fuzz pad then, and we'll have a quick look at the OFP. So Daz, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. All right. So we're going to be today fuzzair 902 Charlie. We're going Leeds, Bradford, Jersey, A321 in a new aircraft. Registration LC. Call sign is going to be fuzzy 902 Charlie. Target off blocks is in about 20 minutes, and on blocks is going to be around 4 p.m. Cost index of 25 for our A321s, covering 334 miles. We do have a tailwind. One fortunate consequence of the storm situation, bringing that northerly. We've got that nice 58 knots on average tailwind, which is quite unusual for this kind of a route. Takeoff weight is expected to be just under 80 tons, 79.9, and we're looking at, let's see, we're going to be using Paris Orly as our alternate, cruising initially at flight level 310, and we'll slowly step down for our arrival. Trip fuel, we're going to take 2617 and a alternate 2515, so almost as much for the alternate as the trip, and then making a total, including our extra, of 803, block fuel 8213 for today. And then looking to depart 32 here, Nelson 3 Whiskey at Leeds Bradford, arriving on the Big No 1 Juliet 26 at Jersey. Going further down, we've got 227 for the passenger count and 4.3 tons of baggage going on as well, so quite a bit of baggage. Looking at the weather, now we've got a bunch of SIGMETs in place, covering, by the looks of things, the majority of our routes. Severe mountain waves, severe turbulence forecast, and severe turbulence. So that's between surface flight level 60, so pretty low down, to be honest, and then the mountain waves between flight level 50 and flight level 180. So something to bear in mind. Probably won't be a huge factor, but something to watch out for on the climb and descent. And then the weather here at Leeds Bradford is pretty poor, as you can see. This was at 1350, so it's just over half an hour old now, but nevertheless we've got a northerly wind, 18 knots, gusting 29, so some pretty high winds here with a slightly reduced visibility of 9,000 meters, light rain, and temperature is only 5 degrees with the dew point at 4, so potential for some decreased visibility as well. And we've got, it says recent rain here as well, but obviously it's still raining as well. Weather forecast is set to potentially increase in wind speed as well, so yeah, we'll have to get an up-to-date weather before we set off here. Weather at Jersey is looking pretty bad really for our arrival. Now I did check it earlier and we were within limits, but this is currently out of our limit. Well, we'll have to do a bit of a calculation, but 35 knots would be our crosswind limit for the A321. Although that being said, it is from 350, so it's not entirely crosswind. If we go into Navigraph here, we can quite easily see we've got a 20 knot crosswind there, just here. So that's not so bad. You can see that there if I zoom in. Right, so yeah, very windy at Jersey, even more windy than Leeds Bradford here. And yeah, that's about all to say really at Jersey. It's not raining there, which is nice, so help on the landing performance a little bit. So yeah, weather at Paris Orly does look improved. It's less windy, although it is raining, and a decently low ceiling, but yeah, not quite as bad as both of these. Although we've got some potential for some Terran cumulus and some increased wind. So again, we'll have to check that en route as required. So that's the weather. Let's see if we can have a quick look at the charts here. So you can see, oh, these are very small, aren't they? Let's actually pop over here real quick and look at the maps on here. So you can see this is our routing, and we've got the significant weather bubble kind of. You see this guy right here. This is all significant weather down in this sector and up here. And let's see, it doesn't actually label what that is. Well, that's probably this guy right here. So potential for some icing lower than flight level 100 up to flight level 150, which kind of echoes what we saw on the Sigmets. You can also see here we've got fairly low tropopause, flight level 300, and we've also got this jet stream coming down. It shouldn't really affect us, but obviously, you know, that's what's influencing these strong northerly winds. And that's about it really. As you can see, the wind barbs here all sort of coming down to the south. And yeah, that should do it for the briefing for now. So let's continue with the setup, the cockpit preparation, which we're in the middle of doing, and we'll take it from there, shall we? So sounds like the baggage doors are being opened currently. So oh, the passengers are here. That's probably, I probably should move. Oh no, it's just the cabin crew. That's fine. Alrighty.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. These include laptops.
Cool. All right. So let's jump into the flight deck then, shall we? Make sure we pull our seat forwards, get nice and tucked in here. And I don't know if you guys saw on the channel yesterday, I've posted a mini EFIS sort of overview video. If you'd like to go take a look at that, that's on the channel. I'm using that today as well, if in case anybody wonders whether I am or not. We're going to get the dome light on because it is very, very dark in there. That didn't really do too much, but nevertheless, let's crack on with the setup here then. Right, so we've got our load sheet, that's fine. We'll accept that, and we'll go back here and go on flight init data request. I'm just going to open it on this side as well. Jump back over here, and we'll do two at a time. We'll open the load sheet there because I know we'll need that shortly. And we'll do that. We've got GPS primary, that's nice. And let me just have a look here. How long have we got? We've got 11 minutes for departure, so it's going to be a bit touch and go. You can see the passengers are on their way here. Right, so we're going to be fuzzy 902 Charlie, costing it to 25, cruising initially at flight level 310 with a -50, and we've also got a tropopause of actually 29,000 here. Temperature here at the ground is 5 degrees. I'm actually going to uplink the wind because they are quite significant. Okay then. Good stuff. Right, so that's the wind. We'll go to the flight plan page. We're going to depart 3-2 on the Nelsa 3 Whiskey. That's good. I'm just going to bring up the charts and check. That all looks good to me. Fantastic. Alrighty. Lovely stuff. Okay, we'll just set up one of these guys for 25 miles. Straight ahead, which would be 318. That's in case of engine failure. then just for fuel planning, we're expecting 2-6 and the Big No 1 Juliet, which is this one right here. And then it does have these vires, but we're not going to do that. We'll just do vectors. So we'll insert that, and that's fine. For the secondary, we'll copy the active, and we'll go ahead and just stick in a like this. Just in case of engine failure, we need to return. I don't have failures on, but procedures. And then we'll go ahead and just stick in the current weather here as well on here. So we've got 1, 0, 2, 5, 5 degrees, and the winds are 0, 2, 0 at 19, gusting at 31. That's changed. Crikey. It's going to be a spicy approach. Sorry, a spicy takeoff. Right, okay, that's that done. I'm going to leave the biro minima off because I am lazy. RadNav page is set. And then for the weights, we're going to do 72, and the fuel we're taking is, we should already be uploaded actually, 7.1 there. We'll stick the seatbelt sign on as well. 71. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. The CG is 25.9 and 7.2 here. That's good. Grand on grand. And then our route reserve is going to be 0.7. And for alternates, 2.5. It seems like the Phoenix has, for a while, it did calculate the alternate fuel really accurately versus the sim brief profile, but now it doesn't seem to do that anymore. However, we do have 15 minutes extra, which is what we wanted. We'll do the takeoff performance, and then we should be nearly there. We're going to go wet, and we may do packs off. We'll have a look at packs on initially because it is quite cold. We want to keep our passengers nice and toasty warm. Okay, doable. Quite low speeds actually, that's quite nice. So we'll go for that and send to McDo. Leeds Bradford, I believe, is NADP2, which it is. So that's all fine and dandy. Good. Right, fantastic. So that's all done then. We'll just wait for our passengers to get on board now. Anything else we need to do? Our initial climb clearance, like I say, we don't have ATC at the moment, so that's going to be flight level 70. So we'll set that on the FCU there, and we'll just have a quick look through our flight plan as well, which I should have probably done earlier. Just have a quick... Yeah, that all looks good to me. And then for this arrival, it should take us over the field, which it does. That's fine. And then we're gonna probably take vectors from Big No or somewhere around that region, but we'll brief that in a bit. Okay, grand. So that is that done. We'll do our departure briefing. Oh, and by the way, we have this guy now. Boom. Got the fuzzair custom background for the EFB, which you'll love to see. Lovely stuff. Elliot, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well, my friends. I'm going to catch up with your other messages once we get underway here, guys. Just get things moving. 5 minutes to go, so yeah, kind of need to get a move on, really. About half full on passengers at the moment, so yeah, hopefully not too much longer, guys, but hey-ho. Phoenix have also fixed the click spots, which is very nice. So, yeah, lovely stuff. Right, this is the meta, by the way, that I looked at just a moment ago. Is it? Oh, no, it's not. The one that I looked at was at 1320 Zulu, so, okay, that one's even more out of date. Right, 010 at 16, 6 degrees, 1026. So I'll set one as 26 as well. It's fine. Okay, good. Right, grand. I seem to be having a better time with my graphics settings recently as well, chat. I've done quite a few flights recently, offline, off stream. In the Phoenix, just tweaking my graphics settings, because obviously for the last couple of streams we've had some issues with VRAM, haven't we? And yeah, it seems to be fine recently. I don't know what's changed. I've actually upped some of my settings as well, the LOD sliders. I think I upped the T-LOD slider to 150, and it still seems to be perfectly fine, so yeah, pretty happy with that. Right, departure briefing then, chat. Let's do it. Okie dokie, so over to the fuzz pad once again. So we're departing Leeds Bradford in the UK. Done this many times before, so I'll go quite quickly. Airport elevation 681 feet. We'll look at the 10-9 initially. So departing runway 32 down here, so we'll push back to the east on Alpha and then taxi Delta, backtrack and depart runway 32. Pretty straightforward really, nothing too crazy to worry about there. It's very quiet here in terms of traffic, so don't think we're going to really have many issues there either. The departure is the Nelson 3 Whiskey departure from runway 32. 10-3 Bravo chart. Transition is 5,000 feet. This is mainly ATC information. So not really applicable to us because we do have no ATC online. So yeah, let's actually do a bit of this. Sim radar. Yeah, so if I zoom out a bit here. Whoa, why is it zooming on its own? I think that's the setting that I did. Yeah, so no area ATC on at the moment. There is some down to the south here, but for now we should be fine. And not much traffic, as you can see, in the area, so not too concerned. We do have another departure at some point going to Madeira by the looks of things. Very good. Okay, cool. And what I'm going to do actually is something that I quite like to do with Sim Toolkit Pro is just stick this. I do know Sim Toolkit Pro has a map for VATSIM, and I know Navigraph has one as well, but I think this VATSIM radar just updates quite a bit more frequently. Okay, good. So carrying on anyway, the MSA is highest in the southwest, and based on the LBA NDB, and that reduces within actually no it doesn't, hang on, we've got a number 5 there. Am I blind? I cannot see a number 5. Is that a typo? Because you look, you got the 2, you got the 3, you got the 4, and then you've got a 5. But then here you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually these correspond with the MSAs here. So I can't see any of those other black circle numbers on the charts. So that's a bit strange. Nevertheless, we'll just say MSA highest in the southwest. Do not climb above 70 until cleared by ATC. So initially we're going to go out to the end of the runway to 0.5 ILF, which is the localizer DME, which we've already got tuned. And then we're going to make a left bearing to 311 track, and we need to be at 1,190 feet at the 0.5 ILF. I'm going to start the APU in the background here because the loading has finished. And then from there we're going to go 311 track to 2.1 ILF, and then we are going to make a left to 272 track to 3.5 ILF, and then a left turn to intercept the 050 radial from the Pole Hill VOR, which we also have tuned. Continuing out on the 230 to 12 miles Pole Hill, we need to be above 3,000 and below flight level 70. Then continuing for another mile to 11 DME Pole Hill. And at that point, we need to start a right turn to intercept the 270 radial from the LBA NDB. And after passing 10 miles DME Pole Hill, we need to be above 3,500 and below flight level 70. And then once on the 270 radial, we need to be heading out towards Nelsa. And with the required altitude there is flight level 70. Now, because we've got no AT online, what we'll probably do is, after we've done this turn here, we'll probably give ourselves a clearance all the way up to cruise. There's no use in really messing about because, like I say, very low traffic and no ATC, so we can more or less just crack on in terms of the departure. So that's fine. Biggest threat here to us today is, well, the wind and the rain. It's very windy and it's wet, so we could have a bit of slidey on the takeoff roll. Which reminds me, actually, I wanted to turn on a setting in the Phoenix to try that out today. Aircraft is loaded good. We're going to go ahead and use the rudder damping today. I've never used this before. I don't know if I need to change my actual sensitivity, but we're just going to roll with it as it is. Maybe it doesn't work too well, but we shall see. New Sky will punish us. If you guys are unfamiliar with New Sky, we'll just jump back over here real quick. New Sky is this guy right here, and basically it's a platform for our virtual airline. And you can see here a flight I did last night, actually the same route as we're doing now. And basically what it does is, obviously, you know, it tracks all your flight information in terms of the departure, arrival, and, you know, when you are configuring the aircraft, etc. If you don't meet certain criteria, then you will be marked down. You can see here I was marked down because I landed off centerline, because it was absolutely incredible winds last night in Jersey, even worse than it is today, albeit less of a crosswind. So yeah, that's what New Sky is in a nutshell. It's really cool. I absolutely love flying with New Sky because getting this rating at the end is just really just makes it so much more interesting doing flight sim, I think. So that's New Sky. Right, APU is fired up. I think I've been blabbing for over 3 minutes now, so it should be ready to rock and roll. So, checklist time. Let's do the cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 7.1 tons. Seatbelt signs are on. Adheres are nav, and the bar is set to 1026, and we'll set it there as well. I'm just going to check that matches the sim. It does. Fantastic. So that is the cockpit preparation checklist complete. Okay, let's get ready for pushback then, shall we? So the parking brake is set. Let's go ahead and close this guy. APU is online now. We'll get the external power turned off. We'll turn the APU bleed on, get our passengers warmed up. We'll stick the beacon light on as well. Let's just have a look. I'm interested. How cold is it in the cabin? Not too bad, actually. Pretty toasty in the cockpit, surprisingly, considering how long we've had the door open and it's how cold it is outside. But hey ho, nevertheless, that's all fine. Good. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to rock and roll, chat. Got a Pole Hill tune there. I'm actually gonna hard tune that real quick, and the 270, and then we want the LBA, the ADF as well, so we'll stick that in. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and use my mini EFIS to switch that switch over. Love to see it. Very nice indeed. Alrighty, we should have the tug connecting. It is actually already connected. I need to adjust some of my camera views for this aircraft. I just copied and pasted them from my other one. Jetway is disconnected. All the doors are closed. So we'll do before start checklist. Parking brake is set. The takeoff speeds and thrust are 213639. 41 degrees of flex, not much at all. And the windows, they're closed. Just close the cockpit door as well. And the beacon light is on. Full set checklist complete. Right, let's order pushback, shall we? Not going to do no de-icing.
Due to icing conditions, please stand Stand by for engine start.
And we're going to face to the east.
Release parking brakes.
And we're just going to ignore GSX regarding the de-icing situation. So, parking brake released.
Due to icing conditions,
That's actually a point. I didn't take that into account, did I? We will need to have the anti-ice on for the departure. So we'll just rerun this. Ah, that's different. Okay. We'll send that to the MCDU. And we'll just say, takeoff speeds and thrust 193437 34 degrees of flex now. Crikey. Okay, so let's go for an engine start then on number 2. So engine mode selected to ignition starts. And we'll do an engine 2 start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin.
MPS flies for another VA, you absolute traitor. Just kidding.
Aboard our Airbus A321. Thank you.
Lands and Aria, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Shortly passing near Leeds from Alicante to Glasgow. Easy 18 Victor Zulu. Very good. Are you on VATSIM? We might hear you on the radios.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A321. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions.
I probably should have done my due diligence and did a bit of a spin around here on because we are on VATSIM after all, but there's no one here, so we're fine.
Masks, life jackets.
Righto.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake sets. Okay, that's engine 2 available.
Usable exit may
Engine 1 start.
be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave all baggage on board.
Unlocking gear.
Lovely stuff. I can't wait to get this out in the sunlight for you guys. It looks so much nicer in the sun. Yeah, I do love the lovely stuff special that we've got going on.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head.
Oh,
Pass the tapes around your waist and
hang on.
click together. Pull the strap to adjust.
There we go.
Inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate it by pulling.
Right, I think we should be to avail nearly. Taking a little bit longer than normal to start up these. I forgot this timer as well. Right, the tug's gone. There's the pin. Right, engine 1 is avail. Right, engine selector to normal. We'll arm these spoilers. We'll go flaps 3. Make sure the rudder trim's reset. We'll get the transponder on. Coming over here, ECAM status is checked. The CG 25.4. So that's the trim set as well. And flight controls check. So full left, full right, and neutral, full up, full down, and neutral, rudder, full left, full right, and neutral. I think my rudder pedals are going to need some more grease on them because they're feeling very inconsistent at the moment. Very inconsistent, so that might absolutely fuck me for departure here, but let's see how it goes. So auto brake max, that's all good. APU bleed can come off. Good. All right, after start checklist, stick that on as well. Anti-ice engine only is on. ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim is set, and the rudder trim is neutral. After start check is complete. Let's rock and roll. Parking brake released. get underway here, chat. We can get the dome light off now, even though it's not really making much of a difference. Wow, the floodlights are really not making a difference either. Interesting. What's going on with the lighting in here? Right. Bit of breakaway thrust. Got to make sure you've got the lights set properly, because New Sky will have you for that if you don't. Okay, so taxi checklist. Flight controls are checked. The flap setting, config 3. Radar and predictive wind shear on and auto. Engine mode selector is in normal, and the ECAB memo, we're just waiting for the cabin. Let's just bing them real quick. This is a short taxi out anyway. Chris, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
There we go. Eco memo takeoff, no blue. Test jet is complete. I found out the other day, actually, chat, that you can make your own cabin announcements for the Phoenix, can't you? So I think that is going to be something I will try and find the time to do over the coming weeks, and we're going to add that into the fuzzair liveries. I don't know if I should use like an AI voice or whether I should just use my voice just for the lols. So guys, I don't know if I saw anyone comment in the chat as well regarding next long hauler for fuzzair. We've got the choices between the PMDG 777 or the A330 by Builds for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Because I don't know if our community really enjoys doing too much long haul flying, or would it be better just to do the 777 freighter, because that does slightly shorter routes maybe? You guys let me know what you think. Leeds Bradford traffic, Fuzzy 902 Charlie is on the taxi out for runway 32. Leeds Bradford traffic. Wow, that is a loud cabin right there. Cabin ambience. Pipe down, I'm just going to turn that off because it's always too loud, isn't it? FS realistic. Now we're a little bit up hills here, so let's get a bit of thrust on. Light balls are terrible. Yeah, they're not great, are they, in this sim? Fortunately, they have acknowledged it, and it should be toned down a bit in the future. There's no incoming traffic. I haven't heard anyone do a call, so we should be good to go. Leeds Bradford traffic, Fuzzy 902 Charlie, backtracking runway 32 for an immediate departure. Leeds Bradford. Okay, get the strobes on. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 32 is confirmed. The TCAS, TARA, after we've made this turn here. Packs 1 and 2 are going to be on. Lineup checklist complete. Good. Maybe it's a huge fan of long-haul flights. Would be nice to see the 777 freighter. Okay, good to know, good to know. I mean, personally, I am a little bit more interested in the 777 freighter. Like I say, for the reason that we can do some shorter routes in it. I don't tend to do a lot of long-haul flying. You know, I do love the 777. It is such a cool aircraft. But, like I say, I just don't have the time for long hauling. Okay. Elliot says, any idea why my FPS suddenly drops in the Phoenix? Not sure. I mean, my default answer to any FPS issues in 2024 is VRAM. I've been having a lot of VRAM issues even with a 4080 Super. So perhaps worth checking your VRAM usage, maybe using the 4K textures for the Phoenix. That's what I'm doing now. Alright, line check, this is complete. We're ready to rock and roll, chat. Let's get the landing lights on and let's just go, shall we? Restart the chrono. And we're ready. Take off. Engines are stable. Manflex 34, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Oh my days, that wind. Got about 3/4 left rudder in here at the moment, 100 knots. V1 oh, I missed the V1 call, but there we go. Rotate, nav, positive rate gear up. That may have been an off-center line takeoff there, but it didn't look too bad. Maybe New Sky has something different to say. Very, very quiet, isn't it, the engines from the 321. Climb, lever climb, thrust climb, auto thrust. Need to turn that PFD brightness down. Okay, we're above the F speed. Let's go flaps 1. And straight into the Merc. I'm going to stick the wing lights on actually because they look so cool in the Phoenix. Maybe not when it's light, but oh, look at that. Nice little snippet of the ground there. It's very cloudy, isn't it, up here? Holy. Although the cloud ceiling doesn't look terribly high. Nice. It is all photogrammetry in this area now as well as of the last world update for the UK, which is super, super nice, although the photogrammetry is pretty poor in 2024 at the moment. We're above the F speed. Speed is checked. Flaps to 0. Go ahead and clear ourselves up to flight level 120 and we'll pull for open climb and pull for standards. We'll disarm the ground spoilers as well. We'll go ahead and get those wing lights and the nose lights off. Back into the Merc. Still hand flying here for a bit. A little bit of wing flex there. As we go through the clouds. Turn the turbulence down to medium as well with the Phoenix. I know that's what they recommended in 2020, so I did that in here as well. Look at that. That is cool, isn't it? quite a few turns on this departure. Just turning now to intercept the 270 from Pole Hill. The rudder felt pretty nice though on the takeoff roll, I have to say, with that rudder damping on. Did feel a little bit better than perhaps what it sometimes does. Nice little breakouts. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. And coming up to flight level 100. Tip the nose forwards. Gonna go AP2 there. Oops. Right, it's good. Flight level 100, chat. Landing lights can come off. Lovely stuff. That's all good. We'll leave the seatbelt signs on just for a few moments here, and come in here and just clear this and this. Oops, and this. That's good. We'll put that left one back to VOR. Temperature still in icing range, going through the clouds here, so we'll leave that as it is, and we'll clear ourselves up to flight level 330, I think, was the cruise altitude for today. So flight level 330 blue, alt blue. 310, sorry, is where we want to be. As you can see, we've already got a pretty nice tailwind, 49 knots-ish. Oh, look at that, though. Come on now. That looks real good, doesn't it? Go on, 2024. Go on, Lee. Grand. Cool, I think we can stick the seatbelt signs off now, and we probably anti-eyes can come off as well. Grand. Alrighty. Just going to clear this fixed info out, and just while I'm in here, I'm just going to set up this as well. Just going to set out a 10-mile ring to indicate when we should be about 3,000 feet. There goes the toilets. Is it weird that I think that's like one of the best features of FS Realistic? Although I believe, I don't know if any of you guys have been watching the FS Labs live streams that have been happening. I think the FS Labs has the toilet flushing natively in the aircraft, which is quite cool. What do you guys think to the FS Labs, by the way, if you've been watching it, any of the streams? I mean, I can't lie, I wasn't initially that excited about it when I first heard about it. But after I've watched some streams, it does look very, very nice, I have to say. Some really unique features that we've not seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator yet, really. So, quite excited for it, actually, although there is always that nagging sort of feeling, if you like, that I have from all the previous reports about this whole test.exe palaver that happened in the past, which is yeah, I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on that, to be quite honest. There she is. There's the Sharklet's 321 with the lovely stuff in the sunlight. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it, chat? It's a beautiful thing. Very nice. Lovely stuff. Aviate's not a fan of the FS Labs. Fair enough, fair enough. Don't worry about it, dude. The commentator has not seen anything bad about it. I know they have some bad history. I'm not sure I need any more A320 family aircraft in the hangar. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? It's like, do we really need it? Do we really? But yeah, I suppose that's going to be a personal decision. Chris says it's still risky. Yeah, I mean, it's strange, isn't it, that they haven't really addressed that in the last few years. You would have thought maybe they would, you know, address it again, to maybe restore some confidence with their customers, because I don't think they really, from what I've read anyway, like I say, I wasn't really around when the whole thing happened originally, so I can't really say exactly what it was like at the time, but I have done a bit of research into it and read some news articles, because it was covered pretty damn widely, wasn't it? Like, some really big publications picked it up, and yeah, I mean, it seems like they didn't really give a particularly like, I don't want to, you know, badmouth them or anything, because I don't really know the exact situation, but from what I've read from news outlets, like I say, and we are coming up to some more clouds here. We should be okay regarding icing, so I'm going to leave it off. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like they particularly addressed it in a very satisfactory way, I think, from what I've heard, which is unfortunate. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear a bit more. Oh, London Centre is online, which we are going to be flying into. Maybe? Not sure. We'll see if they do contact me, actually, because we might be just skirting around the edge of it. Right, alright. Looking very, very nice though, is this sim, I have to say, in the sunset. Let's see what our winds are looking like. 54 knot tailwind, that's pretty tasty. Nice ground speed for 80 knots. Right, so what was I saying then? Yeah, well, I think I finished what I was saying, didn't I? Quizzy, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friends. Let's catch up with some of these old messages, because I know some of you guys are still here that dropped a message earlier on. Let's see. How's your flight going, by the way, Lanzanaria? Aviate says, got myself a 3D printer in the Black Friday sales. Having a great time with it, currently printing an RR Trent engine based on the A380s. Amazing, dude. Yeah, they're beautiful engines. Yeah, you'll have to post a picture in the Discord when it's done. I'd be very intrigued to see that. Are you going to paint it as well, or are you going to do some other kind of finish for it? MPS says, same weather here in Gothenburg, grey and windy. Yeah, very grey indeed. Although I'm expecting the weather should be a bit brighter at Jersey. It's just going to be very windy, I think. An A380 did 3 go-rounds at Heathrow on Friday and then diverted to Frankfurt. Wow. That's a lot of go-rounds. That might be us today. That might be us today. They, was that on Big Jet TV by any chance? That would be a nice bit of a bit of content for him. There was a pretty spicy Ryanair I saw as well on Airliners Live yesterday, where the wingtip, yeah, got very, very low to the ground. Friday's weather was pretty rough, glad I wasn't flying that day. Yeah, it's been pretty rough the last couple of days, hasn't it? Seems to be cooling off a bit for most of the UK, but yeah, around the edges, as we're about to see today, should be, yeah, pretty interesting. MPS got the 777 freighter yesterday. Very nice to fly. Good. Glad to hear. The 777, the original. You have to excuse me for messing with my ear here. I get a bit of tinnitus sometimes. It's a little bit easier. It alleviates it if I just kind of press there. Anyway, yeah, glad to hear. The 777, I've only actually flown it once. I do own it. I got it like on release day. And I've only flown it once, but it felt very nice in 2020 when I flew it. And yeah, I'm doing good, thanks MPS. Yeah, glad to see you here too, my friend. Doggy, welcome to the chats. Hope you're doing well. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, how are you? It's disgraceful what they did. I will never spend one penny with a company like that. Yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure they didn't have like particularly bad intentions with regards to what they did, but obviously what they did was just the wrong way to do DRM. I think it's like, surely there's a better way. I mean, there are better ways than that. I'm not an expert on the subject, but like, you don't need to put malware on people's computers to protect your product and to target a very, very small number of people. So yeah, it's just weird. It is just weird. No paint, I'm buying the filament colours based on the creators. Oh, very good. I don't know really much about 3D printing, so yeah, sounds really cool, that, my friends. What colours are you doing it again? I don't know if you mentioned that earlier on. Obviously, you say white, black, gunmetal. What is it based on? A real airline? Quizzy says, I'm planning to fly the 777 freighter. I've got no plans for it at the moment. I don't really want to buy any more PMDG products, to be honest with you, until they can talk about 2024 in a little bit more detail. They're currently waiting on a SOBO to implement something, I think, before they can do any more. So, yeah, I'm going to kind of hold off a little bit, I think, on that, to be honest. I think if I'm going to get anything for 2024, for 2020, yeah, I don't know, really. Probably not much, like, for 2020 that's worth grabbing, really. I mean, sorry, not that it's not worth grabbing, but I'm really, you know, I'm quite happy with 2024, to be honest with you, and I'm really enjoying the Phoenix once again. You have to remember, I've had about 9 to 10 months off flight simming. We'll just go VS1000 here. And yeah, I mean, the Phoenix A321 and 319 are still very new to me, and I'm really enjoying those at the moment. And I'm looking forward to trying some of the Unibuild aircraft in this sim as well. So I've got plenty to go at. I'm not that interested in dropping a lot of money on a new aircraft that's not for the sim at the moment. And also we've got the Unibuild's A350 as well, which they've promised should be out by the end of this year. So not long. Not long. Doggy's on X-Plane 12. Very nice. What are you flying in X-Plane 12? Yeah, I'd love to see those Aviate. Post them in the Discord. Very bizarre, isn't it? The commentator. Very, very bizarre. Fully workable and it spins. Oh, that's so cool, Aviate. Very, very cool. Love to see it. The new Solis A330. Oh, very good. Yeah, I've heard some good things about that. Yeah, looks good. Very nice. Right, guys, let's get prepared for the arrival now. We're up in cruise, flight level 310. There is a couple of step downs here on routes. However, not really sure that's going to be that worth doing. Once we get to Abwith, we're going to step down to flight level 300, and then we'll probably be intercepting our descent path. Let's just see here, actually. If we go to Abwith, and we've got step altitudes, don't necessarily have to click on Abwith for that. We've got 300 Abwith, and then we've got 290 Sid Ho, oops, and then 230 Clacky. Oops, I've missed something off there. 230 Clacky. I will insert that. Step ahead, that's reminding us that we're actually coming up to Abwith here, so that's fine. Why does that say 320? Did I put that in wrong? No, I didn't. Okay. Right, anyways. Going up to Abwith anyway, so we'll go down to flight level 300. We'll go down to flight level 300. And we'll go VS 1000. Flight level 300 blue. That's fine. Right, so we're going to do a arrival briefing. We're going to have a look at the weather, up to date, and we're going to take it from there. Okie dokie, I'm just going to check VATSIM coverage before we do that. There isn't any. Okay, that's fine. No issues at all. Okay, so let's go over to the fuzz pad once again. So let's have a look at our arrival then into Jersey. We'll initially look at the weather here, so let's go on here and open airport. We'll go over to the weather here. So let's see, we've got 1450, which is half an hour ago. We've got winds 350 21, gusting 42 knots, varying between flight levels, varying between 300 and 050, so that could be a problem for us. Light drizzle, a few clouds 2200, broken clouds at 2500, so lowish ceiling 8 degrees, 3 degrees and 1020, so pretty spicy wind wise. And we've got a little bit of drizzle as well, which is also quite unfortunate for us, so we'll have to see how we get on here. Let's have a quick look here on the runways section. You can see for runway 26 we've got a 1 knot headwind and 21 knots crosswind, so pretty spicy, but within limits, so not a diversion material just yet. So let's have a look at our arrival, shall we? Okie dokies. So we are going to be arriving into Jersey in the UK. This is, oops, did not mean to press that one there. Yeah, so we're going to be arriving into Jersey, UK. This is a 10-2 alpha chart. Airport elevation is 277 feet, and the transition level by ATC will assume it's about 5,500 feet. So we're going to be doing the Big No 1 Juliet arrival for runway 26. Oops, there we go, runway 26. So we're going to bring us in initially at Big No. It's very straightforwards. So from Big No we're going to go on the 148 track, which is also the 328 radial from the Jersey VOR towards the Jersey VOR basically. Now I mean, there are some procedures you can run. You can come into the Jersey VOR and then go back out and back in like that. Ignore my poor drawing, but what we're going to do is, as we normally do, and I think this is generally how aircraft do it in the real world, is we'll just vector ourselves around like this on to the ILS for runway 26. You can see do not proceed beyond Jersey without ATC clearance. No ATC online, so we'll assume we've got the clearance, and that's it for the start. Pretty straightforward. And then looking at the approach we're going to be doing, let's just get it in here real quick. So it's the ILS DME for runway 26, 11-3. It's India Delta Delta 1103 with a final approach course of 263 and the final approach fix at the VOR itself 2,000 feet and decision altitude 472 feet with the runway elevation running slightly lower than the airport itself, 272 feet. The MSA based on the Jersey VOR is 1,900 feet. Not too much regarding terrain around the airport, so not a huge deal. This is the procedure turn that I mentioned earlier. As you see, you would come in from the Jersey VOR and then fly back out and round like that. But like I say, we're not going to do that. So the platform altitude, 2,000 feet. We've got a 3-degree glide slope, pretty straightforward. Pappy to the right of the runway. And 472, which we've already covered. If we need to go around, it's a straight ahead to 3,000 feet basically, and then a left heading of 180 degrees and as directed. So basically just if we need to go around, we'll just do a left hand traffic pattern to come back round for a second approach. Then once arriving, we are going to taxi into the main apron here at Juliet. I forgot to mention as well, by the way, chat, we've got a new scenery for this airport for the stream. We usually use the UK 2000, which I do think is okay, but some of the textures are pretty low res. And today we're using a different one. I can't actually remember the developer name. I got it off the INI manager last night, and it's pretty nice. It is missing some detail that the UK 2000 does have, but the textures overall, especially on the air side, which is the important part, are much, much, much better. So looking forward to showing that and having a look at that in the daytime as well. I flew into there last night, as I say, and it was dark, so I didn't really have a proper look around. So airport elevation we've already covered. We're going to be taxiing to this apron here. We'll come down at 26, and I imagine, given the conditions, we're probably going to end up with a bit of a funky rollout. So we'll probably end up vacating right at the end here and coming up Bravo, and then Juliet to this apron where we're going to park. Let's park here at... we'll park at number 10, I think. Try and remember that on the descent to add into GSX. Right, okay. Now, as we've said, the weather is looking pretty spicy. Let's get that input. But that is going to be the main concern here for this landing. We'll pop back over here. We'll do a bit of landing performance initially, because this might be a situation where we're going to be doing... I'm just going to put medium. We'll refresh the METAR there. We've got the 1450. That's applied. And our landing weight is going to be... Okay, we've got to step down again in a moment. Right, so landing weight is going to be 76.5 on the weight there. So pretty... fairly heavy. I need to turn this off. 76 points. Oh, do you see that, chat? Oh my days. Look at that, right off the end. So, medium auto brake. Max reverse. Auto thrust off. Can we make it happen? No, we can't. Flap 3, obviously not going to help. We'll go for max manual. Is that going to help? Oh no, chat. This is bad. Max manual's not going to work for us either. Oh dear. That's a problem. Okay. It looks like we may do some holding for a little bit, chat, and just burn off a little bit of extra fuel. Let's see how much we need to burn extra. So let's put 76. Max manual, max... I'm surprised max manual it won't work, to be honest. It's obviously because of the braking action. What if we go good medium? Yeah, still no good. Okay then. How much do we need to burn here? 75.5? Nope. Okay, that's still bad. Oh, sorry, I don't have reverse thrust on, do I? What am I doing? Wait, how come it's just gone? Sorry, let me just start again. 76.5. Okay. 75.5. Okay. 75.5 is good with max manual braking. There's no stop margin, but I feel like this is a little bit more than perhaps what we need. So we are just going to go for it, I think. We'll have to do a flat full to reduce that landing roll. 75.5 is what we need in terms of landing weight. So we'll have to do probably a bit of holding to try and bring that down. So I'm just going to find an appropriate hold for us to use. We can hold at the Jersey VOR. Minimum hold altitude is 2,000 feet. Right, well, let's start going down then. Clear ourselves down to flight level 120. And we'll just go VS 1000. That's going to burn us a little bit more fuel. We're going to need to max manual braking, so we're going to not set the auto brake, and we're going to go into the flight plan here. And we're going to set up a hold at the Jersey VOR. Inbound course 263. Hang on, let's see if this gets it right. 263 left turns. Boom. Insert that. And we've got our hold there. Okay, lovely stuff. Grand. Okay, so we're probably going to be late. Sorry, Airline. Andrew, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? Aircraft looks great, however, wouldn't love this stuff to be more apt on the side of a cargo aircraft, or is it used for both passenger and cargo? Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a special livery that we use for the airline. It is on the cargo aircraft as well. We've only got one with it on at the moment, which is the 737-800 freighter. But yeah, you're right. It does work quite well on the cargo. Obviously, lovely stuff is a bit of a, I suppose, a bit of a catchphrase of the stream. So yeah, it's kind of our special livery that we use, and it's I suppose it's almost a slogan of the airline at this point. If we jump back here, you can see we've got it here on our on our flight attendants panel. Alrighty. New Sky working with 2024? It is indeed. It is indeed. Roy, welcome to the chat. I'm doing good. Yeah. How are you doing? Recommend using the Real Aircars app for Microsoft Flight Sim. What does that do, doggy? Apart from, obviously, it uses A-cars, but yeah, I mean, the Fenix has some pretty good A-cars built in, right? Doggy says, did the Unibuild A321 have the UI page? I don't know. I've not flown that yet. What actually is the UI page? I don't think the Fenix even has that, does it? Is that maybe just a long haul thing? Yeah, no, nothing in the Phoenix. Should have checked my company message while I'm there. Oh, we're 6 minutes late. Really? Okay, fine. Six minutes. Right. Why were we late? We're going to blame it on the passengers. There isn't really anything. I guess late removal of steps. Let's go for that. RLS. RLS. 6 minutes. Right, chat, so we are on our way down very slowly, purely because we're trying to burn extra fuel so we can actually attempt a landing here at Jersey, given the fact it is a fairly short runway and we're actually a bit heavier than what I would have liked. So we're going to actually try and burn an extra ton in a hold before we try and do a landing here. As you can see, we still don't have any stop margin, but we're just going to roll with it. I don't want to hold for light years here. How much would we have to burn off to actually have... In fact, let me just sort something real quick, because this is bugging me. There we go. I love how responsive this tablet feels now. Yeah, so we'd have to go down to 74. Oops. 73. Damn, I'm sure I landed heavier than this last night and I was still okay. I mean, obviously it's because of the light rain. Let's see if we can get a refresh meta. Let's see what it's saying. Okay, so the wind's actually less favourable now. With drizzles and rain. Oh dear. 73 is not even any good now. Oh dear, chat. This has gone a bit pear-shaped, hasn't it? Our target 75.5 is not going to work now. And it's actually switched to a little bit of a tailwind component here. So let's go to runway 08. Yeah, it's a little bit better, actually. We'll decide which runway we're going to use whilst we're in the hold, I think, because, again, this wind, it could change again, potentially. Jersey traffic, fuzzy 9-2 Charlie. We're inbound on the Big No 1 Juliet. We're going to hold at Jersey for probably about 10 minutes or so, just to burn off some extra fuel, and then we're coming for an approach potentially on runway 06 actually. So we'll make another announcement before we leave the hold. We'll hold no lower than 4,000 feet. Fuzzy 9-2 Charlie, Jersey. Roy, thank you very much for becoming a channel member, my friends. Thank you very much, my friends. I appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dini Builds A330 has it, and Real Airbus A320 has it too. Yeah, I mean, I think it probably depends on the airline, I imagine, with ACARs. I'm pretty sure that is generally something that changes from airline to airline. I would imagine. Obviously, it's an option. But I wouldn't expect it necessarily to be on every single aircraft. Out, off, on, in. So it's basically to record your timings of the flights in terms of off block, etc. Interesting. Very good. Well, I've personally actually have never heard of that, but very good. Yeah, I guess, like I say, it's probably something that varies between airlines. Roy says, just subscribe again to your channel since you're doing more streaming after a week of cleaning, moving stuff from our late mother. Need some flightage. Yeah, definitely, my friends. That sounds like a pretty tough week. Hope you're okay though, my friend, and thank you very much for joining us today. And yeah, like I say, I hope you are doing okay. Alright, let's check what our company message is. Probably accepting our ADC, which it is. Cool. Alright, lovely stuff, chat. I'm looking forward to this landing. It is going to be rather spicy. But that's all part of the fun, isn't it, chats? Right, so the QNH 1020, winds are 36020, and the temperature is 8. Winds are 36020, so straight from the north. And our minima, we're not actually 100% sure which runway we're going to use yet, are we? But we'll just put in... In fact, I'm going to leave that blank to remind me that we've not decided yet. Just in case I forget. I'll just double check as well our holding. See if there's any speed restrictions or anything. There isn't, so we'll just hold as normal at the green dot speeds. Just make sure everything's looking okay here, which it is. Grand. I mean, I don't know how well this is going to work in terms of burning off fuel. It may not work too well, but we shall see. In fact, we'll give ourselves a clearance all the way down to 6,000. The transition level is, it says 5.5 by default. That's going to be the transition altitude for Jersey. We'll put 6.0 or 6.5 even, which seems sensible. I can't imagine it would be too much different today given the QNH of 1020. So yeah, we'll do that. That seems sensible. I'm missing the transition level calculator from FlowPro. Matt Rasso, welcome to the chat, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, how are you? We're about to attempt a very spicy landing into Jersey. Relay Kazap sends you realistic company messages, including gate for landing. Oh, that's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I've seen, actually, there's some features like that in the FS labs, isn't there? That's upcoming for the sim. But yeah, that is really cool. I do try and avoid having... I mean, I already have a ton of applications running when I'm simming, so I'm not quite sure that is worth having another one open for. I'd love to see something like that included in an aircraft. Right, here we go. We're coming into the hold now, slowing down to green dot speed, as you can see. We are at idle thrust though, which is not ideal for burning off fuel. We are having an impact though. 0.2 has reduced on our EFOB since we last checked, so that's okay. Tell you what I might do is we'll just get lower a bit quicker because it's going to burn more fuel at a lower altitude, isn't it? So we'll go VS minus 1,700, and we'll just see if we can get down lower earlier. Hoping to fix my computer soon. Oh, you still not got it fixed? That's unfortunate, Maresso. Real busy with other things, so fully can't focus on that. Fair enough, dude. Yeah, I mean, if you don't use your computer for anything else that's super important, then that's absolutely fair, isn't it? Let's see what the temperature's looking like. Minus 12. Okay, so we don't need anti-ice just quite yet, but we will be sticking it on momentarily. The flight's going good, MPS, yeah, except for the fact we've realised that we can't land without burning off some extra fuel in a hold first, so we're going to do that. Even though that's kind of my fault, really, because we did take extra fuel for the event that we'd have to do some go-arounds, but... yeah, I probably should have done a little bit more runway analysis before deciding that. So that's my fault. Doggy says also the Phoenix is missing a call out that's not that important, but is the auto brake off? Yeah, I think again that's an option as well, isn't it, Doggy? I think that's a more modern version of the avionics that are in the aircraft. I think it really depends on how old the aircraft is. So it's not necessarily the Phoenix is missing it. It's just that it's obviously a older version of the avionics, I believe. Looks absolutely stunning right now, though, doesn't it, in the sim? That is some beautiful... Look at that. There's glow coming through here. I don't even know if that is... I mean, it looks really cool. I'm not sure if it's entirely realistic. I don't know where that's coming from, but it looks pretty cool, I have to say. Dave, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Welcome to the chats. Clouds do look fantastic, don't they, Roy? Absolutely beautiful. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 for the win. Right, struggling to control the speed here a little bit. We'll go back to VS 1000. It's getting a little bit ropey here. We definitely need the anti-ice on now. The temperature's dropped very quickly there. And I think what I'll actually do as well is I'll stick on the wing anti-ice just in case we picked up any ice there, because we're floating through the clouds here and the temperature just dropped, like I say. It was like minus 12, I think, before. Now it's minus 5 all of a sudden, so I'll stick the wing anti-ice on anyway. It probably should help us burn a little bit more fuel as well, funnily enough. Clouds looking real good today, aren't they? A little overweight for landing. Yes, we are. We are indeed. Should have a valve to empty the fuel tank then. I don't think the A321 has that, does it? Wow, look how dirty these windows are. The A320 doesn't have a fuel jettison, actually, does it? Fuel? No. Unless it's located elsewhere on the panel. I don't think it would be there. I'm pretty sure on the long haulers it's located up here as well. No. Okay, that's fine. Flight level 100. We get our lights on. And seatbelt signs as well. Look at that. Jersey below us, so can we see the airports? I think we're at the other side of the island, aren't they? The airport's over here. Oh no. No, ignore me. Let's see where we are. Yeah, we're coming inbound that way. So yeah, the airport's in the clouds over there. Looks real good though, doesn't it? The ground textures are definitely improving from what we've seen. Keep going down to 4,000. We'll set the local altimeter 10. 320. Got a bit of rocking side to side here. I've seen the Phoenix do this quite a lot in 2024. It's a bit weird. Not quite sure if that's something that just needs to be addressed at some points.
Must be stowed. Armrests down.
Yeah, see, those ground textures look a lot better than what we have seen in the past. Look at the sea as well, looking a little bit windswept. Paging the QH for an overweight landing. Well, we should at least do maybe 1 or 2 laps in the hold as well, just to reduce the landing weight a bit. We don't need to do an overweight landing, so we might as well just. I mean, we don't do a lot of holds anyway, do we? So why the heck not? That looks nice. Yeah, it doesn't actually look too bad, does it? It doesn't look that wet down there either, I will say. So maybe I'll adjust my calculations here in a moment. What was the last ATIS we looked at? It was a 20 past ATIS, wasn't it? So there should be another one. Sorry, not ATIS, METAR. Yeah, it was a 20 past. So we should expect another one in about 3 minutes here. And that should help us, I think, come to our decision regarding what runway we're going to use. We're doing auto brake max. We'll be doing max manual braking, Doggy. Dave's just setting up Toby eye tracker. Oh, very good, very good. Not sure it works in 2024. I think it does. I think there are some bugs that people have found, but I think it is compatible. Microsoft has server problems sometimes. They should not have it on cloud server. Yeah, I mean, I understand for the ground textures, obviously. Why they do it that way. Obviously it was that way in 2020 and it never really proved a big issue, but yeah, I think they've probably still got a few lingering issues. I mean, some people have suggested doing a reinstall of the sim because you might have some kind of corrupted cache from the initial launch issues, so which could affect the ground textures. I heard that in the live stream the other day, so it may be that I do that at some point, but I'm not really in the mood to do that just yet. Oh, New Sky has messed up. Oh dear, I hope that's not going to affect my thing. Wow, okay, I can't actually quit New Sky. There's a JavaScript error and it won't let me exit. Let's just end the task. Hopefully that doesn't mess things up. No, come on now, don't do this to me. It's allowing me to restore the flight, however I don't want to do that. I just want to continue. Alright, let's try it because that's the only way New Sky is going to work. We'll just wait till we've leveled off here and then I'll do it. God damn New Sky, man. That's the first time I've ever had that happen. Just seemed to have done some kind of, it said JavaScript error, and every time I clicked OK it just kept reappearing, so I had to force quit it, unfortunately. So what it does is if you have a crash with New Sky, it will restore your aircraft. I mean, it basically assumes that the sim's crashed for some reason, but it'll basically restore your aircraft to its last known position on New Sky. Oh, it is raining a bit down here, isn't it? So the idea is you set up again at an airport and then you click the restore button on New Sky and it'll teleport you basically to where you were previously when the... Oh, it's done it again. This is what I'm talking about, chat. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Of course. I've never had that before. If you click OK. So it doesn't go away. And it's just totally screwed me. So the only way to get rid of it is to do this. Which sucks. And as you see, it loads up fine, then you've got to do this restore flight job. Alright, let's do it. The science chats. I may have to take manual control here. Oh no, we're actually okay. Oh wow, that went a lot smoother than I thought it would do. Okay, so it's basically restored me to the place where New Sky lost connection. So, oh wow, I mean the aircraft dealt with that incredibly well. It's basically just carrying on flying the hole. It's a little bit out of whack, but I'm sure it'll resolve itself. Nevertheless, gives us an excuse to burn a bit more fuel, eh? All the parameters are still correct. The flight plan's still in there. Everything's still there. That's actually really nice. Cool. Alright, so let's see if we've got that 1550 meta now. Nope, nothing yet. Let me just Google it. No, it's not actually been released yet. I thought they did it every half an hour. Maybe they're a bit late or something. I don't know. Just have to hang fire a few minutes, I think, to get that. I mean, it's not like we can do anything anyway. We're back on the descent. Surprised nobody's made any radio calls. There's 2 aircraft inbound here and I've not heard anything on the radio. We'll just refresh that periodically. What is that down there? There's like a hole in the ocean or something. Will the career be reset if you reinstall 2024? Don't know actually. 27 TRT. That's a good question. I haven't done any career mode, so not really thought about that, to be quite honest. But I would imagine the career progress is tied to your user account in terms of the Xbox side of things. So it may be that, you know, it doesn't reset. I mean, it would be a bit silly if it reset just because you did a reinstall. Yeah, I imagine it may well be tied to your Xbox account, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Look how nice the A321 looks with the sharklets. Lovely stuff indeed. Right, let's see what our EFOB is looking like now. 3.5. Oh, that's what I like to see. 55.5. Actually, that's good. Sorry. 75.5, of course. Right, okay. That's actually okay for us. Well, probably not, but we're going to assume it's okay. I'm just waiting for that new meta, really. So they do one every half an hour. There should be a new one, but nothing yet. I think we just plan for a runway 808. I think that's what we do. Let's do it. So runway 08. We'll just put no star because we're already here. Oops. We'll wait till we're leveled off to actually insert that then. So we do have this other aircraft here that's going in for, I'm not sure what they're doing right now. They've not made any calls, you see, that's the problem. They've nearly landed. It looks like on VATSIM they've nearly landed, but obviously they haven't yet. They're going for runway 26 though. And then there's someone coming in behind. Right, let me just pull the heading real quick. We'll insert that. Oh, that's actually cleared out our hold. That's fine. Right, I'll put the LS push buttons on now. Alright, cool. Jersey traffic, Fuzzy 9-2 Charlie. We're leaving the hold at Jersey VOR and we're setting up for approach on runway 08. If you could let me know your intentions if you're planning on landing, that'd be great. Jersey traffic.
Shuttle 45 Victor has gone around, we were configured for 26, so going around, we'll check the weather again and then maybe come for 08.
Okay, sure. The wind is just slightly preferring 08 at the moment, so we're going to set up for that. Let us know as soon as you've decided. Fuzzy 92 Charlie, Jersey.
Jersey, Liberty on Papa, we have just to south of the wind, we planned for runway 26.
Sorry guys, you're all coming for 08 on Jersey?
We planned for runway 26 at the moment.
Roger that, so shuttle 45 Victor going around and we'll try again to 6.
What is going on? People are saying they're going to do 26. Jersey, Fuzzy 92 Charlie, I am unable to land 26 due to my weight and slight tailwind components, so I will need to land runway 08. What I will do is once the next aircraft has landed, if you could let me know when you vacated, then I'll come around for 08's Jersey traffic. This is a bit of a mess, really, chat. I'm not sure why that shuttle aircraft decided to go around just because of that. I think maybe he went around because he was he couldn't land or something. I don't know. But this is a little bit messy here. Let's see if we go for runway 26. Ah, okay. We've got the new METAR now. Okay, that's good. Let's apply that. Okay, so it's not really favoring either runway now. So we'll just go for 26 so we can sequence in. Jersey traffic, Fuzzy 902 Charlie. Just checked the weather at the METAR has just come for 1550 Zulu. The wind is favoring neither runway now, so we're going to set up and we'll sequence in for runway 26 just to make things easier for everybody. Jersey traffic. This is Fuzzy 92 Charlie. Okay, let's do that then, chat. So, we're on heading. We'll go arrival. ILS26. That's cool. Right. Landing performance is done. We'll have to do max manual. 75.5 is our weight for landing. It's going to be a bit less than that now, so it's, actually no it's not, it's going to be 76.3. Hey, has that changed? Or did I read that wrong before? Okay, we're still just about in there, so alright, let's go for it. We've got 21 knot crosswind, so that's within limits, so that's absolutely fine with me. I'm going to do a left turn here to try and sequence in with the other aircrafts. So we go left heading 050. All of a sudden gotten super busy here. There's 1, 2, 3 aircraft inbound, so we're going to have to try and slot in behind somebody. Probably this shuttle aircraft that we should be able to see on the TCAS. We saw him a minute ago. Surely he's not that far away. Let's just come down here and go all. Huh. Cannot see them anywhere. Oh, they're there. Wait, why am I going around to 050? Let's not do that. We'll go 070, sorry. I'm not going to descend just yet, because I do want to try and sequence in behind these other aircraft. Oh, New Sky, why are you doing this to me? It's crashed again. Just quickly look in the Discord and see if they can, maybe, if anyone else reported it.
Traffic Ligurian Hansa for Papa, Static to 6, traffic.
Must be a Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 thing. That's unfortunate. Right. Tell you what I'm going to do then, chat, is let me just see if I can real quick grab the beta, because apparently that supports Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And we might just re-enter the hold just while these other aircraft go through, and it might just make things a bit easier for us overall regarding traffic, etc. So, let's see if I can find it real quick. I don't know exactly how you find the beta for New Sky, to be honest with you, so that might be a task. Because I do really want New Sky to run for this flight, just because, like I say, it just makes things so much more enjoyable. Oh, the beta cannot be found. How do I get on the beta?
Jersey traffic, Ligurian 83 Quebec Whiskey, Juliet Sierra Yankee 3000 feet approach is following the standard procedure.
Sorry about this, chats. I do really want New Sky on though for this landing, because it's going to be an interesting landing. I quite like the statistics on it. Right, okay, I've found it. What's visibility? I think it's about 9,000. No, over 10k. Pretty good. Pretty good. Jersey traffic, fuzzy 902 Charlie. We're going to take a left turn and enter the hold at the Jersey VOR at 4,000 feet. And we'll sequence in after everyone else. So let's go JSY.
Jersey traffic, Chateau 45 Victor Victor, over to intercept 26 ILS, and maximum speed 180 at the moment.
Right.
Copy that for Ligurian 83 Quebec Whiskey approaching now. Juliet Sierra Yankee to follow the IS.
What does the event viewer show? I don't know if it really matters too much regarding that, just because Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 support on New Sky is still a bit patchy, so I guess that's probably the main issue here. We're getting it sorted though, and we'll get there. I know you guys want the stats too, to see how hard I failed. Right. Okay, so we've got the beta. It is connected. That's looking good. Right, what altitude? Please set fuel within the minimax values. I Okay, our fuel's too low for New Sky to do a restore flight. That's a bit annoying. Can we change the fuel while we're in flight? Probably not, right? Oh, you can actually with the through here, can't you? So this is a bit immersion killing, but we're going to have to just do it for New Sky purposes. So we'll go 3, 5,
Full established 5 miles.
50.
Jersey traffic.
So that's good. Now, what I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to disconnect
Jersey traffic, shuttle 45 Victor Victor.
from VATSIM just temporarily because I'm not exactly sure exactly where it's going to teleport me to here. But let's just do it. Okay, that's not too bad actually. Right, good. We're above the altitude we said we would be at, so I can go ahead and reconnect. Right, okay, hopefully we should be good to go now. And we'll just let the aircraft sort its life out, because it's going to need a minute just to sort itself out. Okay, good, right. Hopefully that should be all fine now. So, we're going to be landing with 75.2, apparently, although that might change again. So let's go 75.2. Fresh Semeta, yeah, I've still got the latest, okay, that's fine. Straight crosswind to 21 knots, still within limits. Okay, right, good. Right, let's see what the traffic situation's looking like now. I think one person did go around, they did. We'll just hold for a bit longer just to allow this traffic to go in and everything to settle down a bit. I think that's probably the best idea rather than trying to barge our way in, because it is pretty small airport. So we'll just give these guys some time to sort themselves out. Let's see what it looks like outside. Like nothing, unfortunately. What's the wind speed? At the moment it's straight from the north, about 45 knots. Full of Italians. Yeah, it seems like there's a couple of Italians right here. I think they might be flying together. They seem to be on the same airline. Thanks to you, everybody starts to talk. Well, you know, at least they said something in the end. There's the airport down there. It's going to be getting dark, so I'd quite like to land in the daytime.
Jersey traffic, Elegant 83, Quebec Whiskey, runway vacated via Bravo.
Okay, so that's one down.
Jersey, shuttle 45 Victor Victor landing 2 nautical miles out.
Landing anything above 15 knot, we like auto thrust off for landing. Yep, that's what I'm planning. These are my calculations here. Max manual, max reverse, manual landing, flap full, auto thrust off. Landing rate will be minus 255. That's quite optimistic, I think, Doggy, but we shall see. Everybody else, if you've got, if you want to make a landing rate predictions, by all means, stick it in the chat. Right, so there's a shuttle 45 Victor going in now. Let's see, can we see them on the old display here? Cannot. I wonder if they've landed actually. Shuttle 45 Victor, did you manage to land that time? Fuzzy 92 Charlie.
FM vacating 26, crazy landed.
Sounds windy. Great stuff. Well, I'll sequence in then behind 2-3 Alpha. If you could let us know your position, 2-3 Alpha, Fuzzy 92 and 92 Charlie.
3 Alpha, if you want, you can go ahead of me. I'm still at 12,000 feet, joining you now, Jersey holding pattern.
Okay, sure thing. We'll go in next then. We're at 4,000 feet, descending 2,000, leaving the hold at Jersey VOR, heading... we'll be heading 070 for a left turn onto the ILS. Jersey traffic, Fuzzy 92 Charlie. Okay, let's go down then, chats. And we'll give ourselves a left turn to intercept the ILS here. So left 310. Go like this. Pull the heading. And there we go. Let me just make sure we've got the minimums in as well. Oh, what is going on with the programs on my computer? Please. Sim Toolkit Pro's crashed. Wow. Let's get the minimums off here then. Oh, my computer's frozen. Nope. Okay. Wow. Something's going on. Right, we'll go flaps 1, speed checked. 472 is the minima. Okay, we'll arm approach. So, winds are currently 350 at 21. QNH is 1020 still, and the temperature 8 degrees. 2,000 feet is checked. Sending a little bit quick there for this low altitude, but let's just roll with it. I don't know what's happened to my Sim Toolkit Pro. Oh no, it started responding again. No, it hasn't. It's still nice. Still playing up. I'm going to have to force quit that as well. Thank you. What's going on with these? These apps today, man. They're both Electron apps as well. Right, okay, so here comes the localizer. Lokestar, we'll go flaps 2, speed is checked. Flaps set to 2. Jersey traffic, Fuzzy 92 Charlie is established on the ILS runway 26 at 9 miles. Jersey traffic.
This traffic is 26.
It's 26 at the moment. The wind doesn't favour either runway. Jersey traffic. Okay, everything's set here. We'll get the anti-ice off now. Okay, lovely stuff. So, approach checklist we completely forgot to do because we were preoccupied with all sorts of stuff. So, approach checklist bar is set 1020. Seatbelt signs are on. The minimum is 472. Auto brake not applicable. Full, we're going to do max manual, and the engine mode selector is in normal. Approach checklist complete. Okay, we should see the glide slope come in now. There it is. Let's go gear down. Flaps to 3. Sky dolly. We're recording the landing. Glide slope start. Go around altitude 3,000 feet is set. And we'll go flaps full. Lovely stuff. Established. Looking good. Ground texture's looking pretty nice now, though, I have to say. Happy birthday, Jetty Flies. Landing rate predictions, guys. I feel like I've forgotten something, but I think we're good, actually. Landing checklist, ECAM memo, landing in blue. We've got... The wind is actually slightly favouring this runway now, which is quite nice. Slight headwind. It's still pretty windy, as you can see. We're getting rocked about quite a lot here. I am going to take control here. And we're going to go auto thrust disconnect and autopilot disconnect. Right, let's do this thing, chat. Are we going to go around? It's still doing that rocking thing, which is rather odd. Two whites, two reds, more or less on the center line. Oh, it's becoming more of a crosswind now the closer we get to the ground.
Above 300.
Oh, it's getting a bit hairy.
200. Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Light slow.
Disregard.
Light
50.
slow.
40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
That's a go around.
Good luck.
Thank you. How brief is it?
Mantogo SRS, go around track. Jersey traffic, fuzzy 92, Charlie, going around runway 26. We'll follow published mist. Right, go around flaps. Should have called that earlier. Lever climb, open climb, thrust climb, auto thrust. Above the F speed, speed checked, flaps 1. Gonna pull VS plus 1000. Push for nav. Forgot the gear. Oh dear. AP2. Alt start. Right, we'll take this left turn and then decide what's going on regarding the traffic, and then we can see about potentially sequencing in again. Our Italian friend is now established. We've got a British Airways coming in as well at 5,000 feet. Looks like they're just coming off the star now, and there's someone else coming in as well from the southeast. Crikey, so busy today. All of a sudden. It'd be really nice if there was a controller here. Right, we'll go flaps 0.
Speed towards 1351, stand 9 pushing back onto Juliet Delta, we need to take off on level 6.
Look at the engines, they're going absolutely wild. Because of this wind. I mean, I think Microsoft Flight Sim has a bit of an issue with the wind changing direction a bit too quickly. Right, okay, so let's see if we can get some up-to-date weather. We do have some more. 35020.
Jersey traffic, Air France 71 Mike Tango established ILS 26.
Not much of a difference, but we'll change it nevertheless, and everything else the same. We have got fuel below 3 tons now. Let's see. Zero fuel weight is 72. It's not giving us an EFOB anymore, but we've got 2.7 currently. Let's just estimate 2.5, so 74.7. Still the same performance, really. Okay. Air France is apparently established. Speedbird 563, say intentions?
I was going to go to the 26 ILS approach there, but the Air France guy, it's not his fault. I've got around basically.
Readability 2. Did you say you're going in after the Air France?
I'm going in after the Air France, yeah, sorry about that. 26 ILS approach.
Okay, perfect. We'll sequence in behind the Speedbird then. Fuzzy 92 Charlie. We're currently at 3,000 feet on the go around. Like I say, we'll sequence in behind the Speedbird. Jersey traffic.
Jersey traffic, yeah, I'm turning right for 346. Joining the ILS approach.
Lovely.
Right at 4,000.
Alright, it's getting dark. A321 likes an earlier retard. Those extra flaps are lifty. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty bold choice, to be honest with you, for me doing this. Because I've only done maybe less than 5 flights in the 321 so far, so I'm not super well versed in it, in its behaviour in the flare as it is, and we're doing it in these kind of conditions. But hey ho, it's all a bit of fun, right?
Jersey traffic, Air France 71 Mike Tango, 4 miles, final runway 26.
Life must be hard living in Jersey. I mean, I'm sure it's not like this all the time, but yeah, it must be quite windy quite often, I guess, with it being such a small island in the middle of the sea. Right, where have I gone here? I've gone a bit wide out. Let's swing ourselves in towards the ILS a bit more.
Jersey traffic, Speedbird 1351, we're on Zurich, taxiing runway 26, and probably leaving for takeoff after the airport.
Yeah, you're going to get a spec captain now.
How much fuel did we need to divert? Let me just double check. So if we were going to divert, we'd need 2.5 tons, which is basically the amount we've got now. So we kind of need to land on this time around, really, chats. Not a nice position to be in. But I'm sure we can manage it, can't we, guys? Can't we, guys? Are we diverting? Nah, we're not. I want to give it another go. I mean, I was so close to it there. It's just, I think I flared a little bit early and ended up floating on a little bit further than I would have liked. Because we are on New Sky, you see, as I've explained, that does judge you on not only a centre line, but also the touchdown zone and your landing rate. So, obviously, we want to make sure you get down within the touchdown zone. I want to try turn off the simulator overlay as well. Must restart New Sky to apply this setting. Come on now. Don't do this to me. I can't restart it now because we're in a flight already. That's a shame.
Jersey traffic, Lima 563 is fully established on the island approach from 226, final approach.
Right, guys.
Jersey traffic from 71 Mike Tango, runway 26, KT at PM.
Let's do this thing, shall we? It still seems to be doing this rocking thing just constantly. Now, if we look out the window, let's see what that looks like. Oh, great. Jetty, take it easy, my friends. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy your birthday. Thanks for dropping by. It's often difficult to land at Jersey, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've done it quite a few times on the stream, haven't we? And it's obviously quite a short runway as well, which makes it extra difficult. Beautiful graphics, I have to say. Much better than 2020. Yeah, it is looking really nice. I love this time of day in this sim as well. It looks so, so cool. Jersey traffic, fuzzy 92 Charlie. We're on a base leg for runway 26. We'll report when we're established. Jersey traffic.
How many aircraft are now on final board from Spec, Jersey?
I'm 12 miles out. I don't know about anyone else.
Okay, Roger. I see the aircraft on final, and then I probably will go for you because I can you interference that just took your space.
Jersey traffic, Lima 563 is landing runway 26.
Right, let's come down to 2000. So 2000 blue, VS minus 1000. I've overturned us a bit there. And we'll go flaps 1, speed checked. I think really flaps 3 would probably be ideal here, but given the fact that we are we need the shortest landing roll possible, so we're kind of stuck with flaps 4, unfortunately. We'll arm approach here. Go to flaps 2, speed checked. The lighting is constantly changing, making it very difficult to read the PFD at some cases. Right, we'll go to gear down now.
Jersey traffic, Lima 563 is vacation runway 26. Good luck.
Thank you.
How windy is it?
Yeah, that's a bad crosswind.
Right, we'll disconnect here.
So not good.
Terrible. Jersey traffic, Lima 563 is taxing via Alpha to Cape.
Go flaps 3, speed checked.
Jersey traffic will take off really quick. Will be really quick for takeoff. This is 1
Look start. Jersey traffic, fuzzy 92 Charlie. We're established on the ILS runway 26 at 6 miles. Jersey traffic.
You know what? We're not even on the wrong way. You can land.
Okay, thank you. Localizer. We'll go flaps full, speed checked. Just look at the speed ground speed Mini is giving us. 170 knots. Right, glide slope start. Ground altitude 3,000 feet is set. Here we go again. Glide slope. So landing checklist, EGNM landing over blue. Landing checklist complete. I'm going to leave the auto thrust in for a few minutes here just to
1,000.
help me a little bit focus here. I think I'll remove it at about 500 feet.
Traffic, after land traffic, we're going to take off runway 26, Jersey traffic.
Jersey traffic, fuzzy 92 Charlie, we're on a 2-mile final for runway 26, Jersey. Got that crosswind though, 30 knots. Okay.
500.
Get the auto thrust disconnected. I'm going to get the flight directors off as well, actually.
Flight slow.
Disregard.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Wow.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Smooth one. That's what people paid for.
Oh no, off the center line. Oh, that's bad. Very off center line there. Not too happy about that, but yeah. Don't think I could do a great deal about that. I had more or less full left rudder in. Right, reverse is stowed. I think the touchdown was in quite a nice spot though, I will say. It's just the center line control after that was a bit poor. I'm going to take that though. That was absolutely wild. We'll have a look at the full stats once we're at the gate here. On New Sky. Thank you very much, Regio. It was okay, wasn't it? It wasn't perfect. Jersey traffic, fuzzy 92 Charlie, runway is vacated at Bravo.
Jersey traffic, speed for 1351, taking off runway 26, Jersey traffic.
That was a little bit impatient of him, but shouldn't really call vacated until you pass the hold short line there, but hey ho. Get the APU started up. Lights are sorted. Get the flaps up and spoilers retracted. Predictive wind shear off and the weather radar off. TCAS and the transponder will reset the rudder trim as well. Alright, what standard do we want? We want to stand 10. Wow. Okay, what is going on there? Passenger terminal. And 10. Crikey, that's so small. Can't read that. Right, we made it, chat. We made it. It's not even wet on the ground either, so.
Traffic, 1351, airborne.
Right, APU's available. Yeah, I really, really want some better rudder pedals, chat. I feel like landings like that would be quite a bit easier if I had some decent rudder pedals, but unfortunately I'm stuck with these Thrustmaster T-Flight ones at the moment, which are really not that great. They're just far too loose, honestly. I've moaned about this before, haven't I? But yeah, they're just far too easy to miscontrol with it, I feel. There's really hardly any resistance to it. Right, we'll get the taxi lights off. Stand 10, this is us. Right, after landing checklist I didn't do. Radar and predictive wind shear are off. After landing check is complete. Right, why is it going to the left? There we go. Okay. Do have a replay torch as well. Alright, there we go. Excuse me. Right, so the parking brake is set, APU is available. We'll get both the engines shut down now. We'll close the flight on New Sky, that's good. Okay. We'll look at our New Sky rating shortly. We'll get the beacon light off. Seatbelt signs can come off. Fuel pumps can come off as well. External power is connected by the ground crew. That's good. We'll get the APU off as well. And they should commence the deboarding. Parking checklist. Parking brake is set. Chocks are set also. Engines are off. Wing lights. I didn't turn them on, did I? So wing lights are off and the fuel pumps are off. Parking checklist complete. Welcome to Jersey, guys. Welcome indeed to a very, very busy Jersey, in fact. Lovely stuff. That was as difficult as I thought it was going to be, I'm not going to lie. That was very, very tough. I am going to blame my hardware. I'll blame my rudder pedals for being crap. But I think the touchdown, all in all, was not that bad. It was just the veering off the centre line, which was quite poor. Like I say, I had more or less full left rudder in, and it just kind of, yeah. I mean, I suppose maybe it's not my rudder pedal's fault then, in that case. Maybe it's the sim. Nah, I'm going to blame my rudder pedals. Maybe I didn't put... Yeah, I don't really know. I'll need to watch it back and see what I did wrong. Nevertheless, let's have a look on New Sky anyway, and have a look at the rating. So we arrived nearly an hour late. That's what you can see here. We departed on more or less on time. Arrived late. Made $12,000, which is pretty tasty. Now, coming over here, this is our landing as our pilot score, 9.06, which is pretty good, actually. I was expecting lower than that. So we got minus 0.94 because of, and you guessed it, a off-centerline landing. So we're 13 meters off centerline, and we would have got a perfect score if we landed within 8 meters of the centerline, given that it is challenging conditions. So not quite as bad as what I thought it might be, actually. Last night when I did this route, I landed way further out than that. I didn't go off the runway, but I got docked like 3 points. So I got over 9, which I'm quite happy with. And then the landing itself was a good one. The touchdown, should I say. So it was a great touchdown, 1.07 G. So very smooth, in fact. And then 288 feet per minute. And we were 430 meters from the threshold, which again is pretty good within the touchdown zone. So yeah, I'll take that, you know, I'll take what I can there. Let's have a look on the map here a little bit closer. So for the departure, We did get a on centerline takeoff, which I suspected might not be the case, but yeah, we're absolutely okay there. We did go a little bit to the right of centerline there. You can see the blue line is us. So not perfect, but didn't get marked down for it. And then when we come down to Jersey, we've got a squiggle of all sorts of stuff going on here due to the holding and the go around. But if we come back in here, we can see our first landing here, which was there. Sorry, that was our second landing. This is our first landing here where we did the go around. So technically speaking, we would have still been in the touchdown zone there when we touched. 205 feet per minute, 1.11 G. And then we went around. You can see the blue line here on the bottom. That's where we went around, and you can see, what's that orange dot there? I'm not sure what that is, but it doesn't seem to indicate anything. And then we went around there. You can see the blue line going off here. So that would have been the first landing. Now, I mean, I suppose that might have been okay. I did feel like I was past the touchdown zone though. So given the weight we were at, I think it was the right decision to go around. And when it comes to the second landing, we absolutely nailed the aiming point. We landed right on it. 288 feet per minute, 1.07 G, right on the aiming point there. And then, as you can see, we sort of had this veering off to the right here. Spoilers only deployed over here, so the nose wheel did stay in the air for a little while there. And then we brought it back and then squiggled out again. And then, yeah, a little bit squiggly there, but I'll take it. I'll take this though, right on the center line and the touchdowns and the aiming point for the main landing. So I'm kind of happy with that. I'll take that. I think, considering how difficult that was a pretty solid crosswind there. Probably the most crosswind I've flown in a very, very long time. Crikey. Right, Stian says, how different is ground handling in 2024? Maybe that was a factor contributing to the veering. Well, yeah, I mean, it could have been that. It could have also been the fact that Phoenix is still experimental support in the sim. Or it could just be the new weather system, and combined with the Phoenix, given that, you know, maybe they've not fully tuned it for the new ground handling / weather in 2024 yet. That could be a thing as well. Or it could just be me, I'm a rubbish pilot, which I think is probably the most likely option. But yeah, I need to watch it back, I think, with my rudder inputs displayed somewhere and try and work out exactly what I did. I feel like now that I've had some time to think about it, maybe I didn't actually put enough rudder in to begin with, and the full left rudder that I put in the end was just too little too late. That could have been a factor. I think that is probably quite likely, so it's probably my fault for maybe not putting in enough. But like I say, I mean, again, excuses. I do blame my rudder pedals, because I always feel like, you know, I'm somewhat hesitant in putting in, you know, from putting too much rudder in with these pedals, because it's so easy to, you know, accidentally give a bit too much, because there's so little resistance to them. So I tend to have this habit of not putting in enough. And then it's too late, where the momentum's already shifted, and it makes it very difficult to correct. So I imagine that might have been what I did in the end, now that we've had a couple of minutes. But nevertheless, we still managed to get the aiming point, which I'm quite proud of, along with the touchdown zone, at least along with the center line on the initial touchdown, which I'll take it. That was tough. That was very tough. Alistair, welcome to the chat, my friend. Hope you're doing well. This is going to be my last flight today, actually. I wasn't expecting it to take quite that long. Took an hour longer than I thought it was going to do, which would have been the amount of time we could have, you know, we could have flown back already. So yeah, that's going to be the last flight I'm going to do today, sadly. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to do another stream at some point next week. We're going to watch the replay, though, of that really, really spicy landing there, so I hope you stick around for that one. Stian says, I'd be happy with that landing. Is that the default taxiway lighting? It is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a Payware airport, but I think they're just using the default lighting. which as you can see is very, very bright. Ian, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Am I using Volanta? No. No, I'm not. Airport lights don't look great. Yeah, they don't look great, do they, in 2024? It's pretty sad. But they have acknowledged it. And hopefully it should get fixed relatively soon. So what I'm going to do, chat, is we will just we'll dismiss this and we'll just do a bit of a panel state situation, just so we can do the replay. But whilst that's sorting itself out, let's have a quick look around, because this is a new airport to the stream. Now it is an airport we've flown into before. Like I said earlier on in the stream, we have previously used the UK 2000 scenery for this airport. I'll disconnect from VATSIM before I forget. But this is a different one. Now, let me just check, actually. I can bring up the INI manager and I can tell you who it's actually by, because I'm really bad content creator here and I've totally forgotten the name of the developer. FlyX Simulations, this one's by. And, I mean, you guys may not remember the jersey that we used before, but, I mean, the textures on the buildings here were very, very low res and not great. And it was missing a lot of this detail that's on here, and this just looks so much better, and I think it's a bit more up to date as well. Oops. It's got an interior, the old one did as well. I'm not really that keen on the way the interior looks on either of them. They're both okay, and they both do the job. But what I'm more interested in is in general the ground textures and the textures on the buildings, which are much, much better on this one. I feel like the ground markings are very, very nice. All the coloration is nice. You've got the tire marks on the ground there as well, and just overall, I mean, textures are just a lot better. The roof texture is actually pretty good as well, to be fair, and there's some detail up here, although I think that was in the UK 2000 as well. We've got in here, now I don't recall this roof being on the UK 2001, but my memory may be serving me poorly, so don't quote me on that. Textures on this hangar as well I found particularly good as well. Look at that wear and tear and the detail on there. Really nice, I think. There is a land side as well, but I mean, it's neither here nor there. It's good, but it's not got much to it, let's say. But I do like it. I do think this is a good scenery. I would feel more comfortable recommending this one over the UK 2000. Just purely because the air side it just looks more complete, it looks more modern, it looks just better. And nothing against UK 2000, but I do think some of their so I've tried their London City, I've tried their this one, Jersey, and I have looked at some of their other ones as well, like Luton, and I just think they seem to be stuck in a little bit of a sort of maybe like an FSX type era when it comes to like the quality of the textures. The modeling seems to be generally quite good, but I think texture wise they just appear to be just unnecessarily low resolution, if that makes sense, which is a bit of a shame. 27 TRT, no worries at all, my friend. Thank you very much for dropping by. Naughty, good evening. I did see your message earlier on. I don't know if you saw me respond or heard me respond, but we're not going anywhere else, unfortunately. That's going to be the last flight for today, but we are going to watch a replay of that landing. We just landed with a 35 knot crosswind. Well, it might be more like 30, but yeah, let's see what that looked like, shall we? The first landing was a go around, which is going to be this one. For some reason it's not playing anything. Hello? Oh no, someone messed up with the replay. Please don't do this to me. Oh no, okay. There we go. Okay, fine. in the brand new lovely stuff A321 livery. I'd love to see it. Make sure the spoilers are armed. Make sure they go off on the landing. Alright, cool. They're not actually going to go off, are they, on this first landing? Oh, look, a rainbow in the background. So I've switched it so it's not live weather and time that we landed at, but it just makes it easier to see what's going on, doesn't it? I think this is going to be quite a telling angle, I think, for this landing. Alright, here we go. So this one was not looking too bad. I think, honestly, the short final on this approach was probably a little bit better than the one that we actually landed on. This is a little bit sketch here, and then flaring a little bit, and then... Right, so there we landed just before the very last marker. I forgot the gear, of course. But yeah, I think that was the right decision to go around. That was going to be probably even messier than the other one. Let's just have a look at my heading as well when we touch down there. Yeah, I mean, I'm pointed right over there. Doesn't really seem to have been much attempt to get the rudder in either. So that could have been possibly even worse than the other one, especially considering we touched down a bit later as well. Right, let's go all the way around here, yonder. Right, so here's the final approach we did. I flew this whole thing manually, which I was quite happy with up until probably about here, where we seem to... I mean, I don't think the glide slope and the pappies are quite, you know, figured out just yet in this sim. I think on a lot of airports I'm finding the glide slope is not really coincident with the pappies. So we did get 4 reds on the pappy, and the glide slope did go away. So I do think we were probably a little bit too low at one point on this approach, but I managed to correct it, and then it seems to be okay-ish here, but you can see how far right we are pointing here. I can see there's a little bit of right rudder coming in there, probably not enough, and then I probably eased off a bit too much there. So if you see here, if we watch this in slow motion, that's probably where I went wrong there. So you can see if I go 50% speed here, coming in probably about 10 feet here, I'm putting in the rudder. You can see the nose coming around to the left, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then I let off here, I think. You can see the nose, oh no, a little bit more, and then I let off before the nose touched, and then it swung us out right, and yeah, it just wasn't enough really. So I should have probably put in way more rudder here, so we were actually pointing down the runway rather than being a little bit side loaded. Actually interested to see here, can we see if I go to the outside view? Do I have a rudder cam? Can we actually see the rudder moving? I'm not sure if we will be able to or not, but we need to kind of go a little bit behind, don't we? Let's just do this guy and we'll just come around like this. Go a little bit closer. We'll just try and see. I'm not sure if the rudder's going to play back properly, but we'll see here. Wait, hang on. I need to watch at full speed. There we go. Right. Cool. Let's see. So obviously not using the rudder here. Just using aileron to try and get back onto the center line. Wind kind of making us move around a lot. Oh, you can see the rudder inputs a little bit. Oh, no, you can't. Okay, never mind. Oh, you can see it there. Okay. Okay, so the rudder input does play back. So, yeah, I guess I didn't... My problem was I didn't put any rudder in by the looks of things at all before I touched down, which is very bad of me. Because I should have been putting in the rudder before I actually touched here. Should have been putting it in... Should have been inputting rudder here. You can see the rudder straight there. And then when the main gears touch, although it does seem to swing around to the right, you can see here I'm putting in more or less full left rudder. But it was too late. It was too late. You can see full left rudder again. Yeah. So that's my bad. And look at that sliding about all over the place. I'm intrigued to see what this look down. No right aileron after left rudder. It's not actually recommended to do that on an Airbus. Naughty. Because of the obviously the normal law and the flare law. However, yeah, obviously you would do that on a Boeing or whatever, non-conventional, on a more conventional aircraft. Right, where's my runway? There it is. Ha! Look at the windsock there, crikey. Right. Mouse, hello? Where are you? Right. Look at that crab, though. That is a pretty gnarly crab. Right on the aiming point, though. I'll take that. I mean, it doesn't look that bad from over here. Okay, it looks kind of bad now. That looks pretty bad, doesn't it? Good times. Alright, we'll come back to this one again. Actually, no, we'll do a passenger view for the final replay, I think. We'll do this one. Right then, chat. I hope you enjoyed that one. I certainly did. Yeah, it's landings like that that just make me want to practice even more and also buy new flight sim hardware. I really want the MFG crosswinds. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but they actually come with like an attachment that makes it look like the Airbus pedals, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I would quite like those. But guys, yeah, like I say, I hope you enjoyed that one today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to leave it there for today. If you want to let me know as well, guys, I've not heard from too many people about what you want to see for fuzzair next in terms of the aircraft, A330, 777. Let me know what you think. But thank you very much for dropping in. I'll try. My work is winding down a little bit now for Christmas. So I should hopefully be able to get some more streams in a bit more often. That being said, I'm not going to promise a stream before... Don't know where that's... Sound effects might be FS realistic. But yeah, I'm not going to promise a stream before next weekend, but I will try and do a stream next weekend for sure. Hopefully before, but if not, I'll see you guys next weekend. thank you very much for bearing with me through the various technical issues we've had today as well. We've had a few. It seems like the new Sky Beta is behaving itself a little bit more than the one I was using, so that's good. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday evening, and I will see you, if not earlier, next weekend. Bye for now.